I just figured I would just show you guys what I'm up to. I just had an amazing conversation, absolutely amazing. Talking about just kind of, for people who follow me on my channel, I'm trying to show lifestyle, living in the UK, what I'm up to, my day-to-day, things that's going on in my life. People find it interesting, I had a comment earlier today. Somebody asked me would I be sharing live litigation. I'm not sure what they meant by that, but I guess so. There's always litigation to talk about. In about a week and a half, I got to do this coroner's inquest, where if people who've seen me go live, I think I went live sometime in December, where this gentleman passed away in an industrial accident. So I think it's a week from now, week and a half now. I'll have to go do that. I don't know if I will go live with the coroner's inquest, but I don't mind discussing what's going on, because I went live and talked to you guys about it when I had to read those massive bundles of court paperwork and documents for those that have been on my channel. But I had a great conversation just a minute ago. Fantastic. We were talking about finance, and one thing, finance is near and dear to my heart. And by no means am I some expert, okay? But, I don't come from money, like I explained. I didn't come from no money. My dad and my mom are working class people. I'm a working class person. Hey now, hey Zachary. Zachary, when you coming to the UK? Aren't you supposed to be out here soon, or are you still down in New Mexico? I think it's the same person, if I remember correctly. Zachary's the guy in New Mexico. But how did I start? I started making money, saving money this way, because I believe we are our worst enemy when it comes to, almost missed my exit. We are our worst enemy when it comes to money. So when I was about 24, okay, August, yeah, so it is the same person. So I'll see you in August. When I was about 24, 25, I was working for the Boeing company making airplanes. And because, the question was like, how do you start? How do you start? I said, the best way to start, if you want to build a business or invest, you got to start first saving money. And you can do it with your current job that you do. So what did I do? I explained to somebody was that I hid my money from myself. And I believe you and me, we're our worst enemy when it comes to our own money. So you have to make it difficult for you to access that money if you're going to save it. So I started off this way. With my company, they gave me a piece of paper. They said, where do you want your paycheck to go? And it was like, you could divvy it up. So like 10% could go to my retirement account, 5% could go into my bank account, and then the other, whatever's left, could go into my main, what we call here in the UK, a current account. In America, we call it a checking account. And so what I did was I made it difficult for me. I set up this bank account. I was living in Long Beach, which is just south of LA by like 20 minutes. And I set up this bank account that was like 90 minutes away. And this is like, there was online banking, but it wasn't like what it was now. It was 90 minutes where I made sure I had no debit card. I made sure I had no card to access this money. And I ripped it all up. And every month I got paid bi-weekly. In America, you get paid twice a month. And so I kept sending like $200 to this account. Boom, 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 boom. Saving it up. And I kept sending it. Because it was like, if I put it away, and if I needed it, I was gonna have to literally make a conscious decision to go get this money. Like I was gonna have to get in the car, drive 90 minutes to go get this money. So I made it a point to make it hard for me to get it, because I wanted to save it. So I saved it up. We fast forward, there's like $5,000 to $10,000 in it. I put some money in there, about $5,000 to $10,000 in there. And I was sitting at work. I was in my cubicle. I'm working at Boeing. I'm working at a plane. We building airplanes in this factory. I'm sat there in my cubicle, and this thought came on my mind, because it was, I think they were going to play the mega. I think I was going to play the Powerball or the Mega Ball. The lottery was coming up that night, and it might have been like a jackpot of like $300 million, $400 million. And of course, here I go. I say, man, this is the thought that came on my mind. I said, what happens if I actually won? Like, what happens if I won that money? am I going to put $300 million in my bank account? It's like, but then the question to me, I was literally sitting at my keyboard thinking this. And I said, like, what, this is words I said. I said, do rich white people put their money, would they put $300 million in their checking account? That seems very risky. Like what if that got hacked? Like, that was like my thought process. And that's what I was thinking. And so then the thought came, was like, well, they probably invested somewhere. And I said, where were they invested? Okay, maybe start a business. But I said, oh, the stock market, that's probably what they put. They probably buy a bunch of stocks. But then I was like, how the hell do you buy any stocks? Right? And so at the time, there was this company called ING, Orange, they were going by. And I set up an account with them that day, like literally with this brain thought in my head, lunchtime thinking, boom, pie in the sky, like I was going to win the Mega Millions that night, right? And I opened the account that day. They called me. They said, how do you want to fund the account? Well, I knew I had this money in this other account, like way away. So that day or the next day, I get in the car and I drive the 90 minutes to go get the money. I have them give me what's called a cashier's check. Instead of pulling out the cash, you know, $100 bills at a time, I said, give me a cashier's check, because if I drop the check, I can at least have them cancel that check so I don't lose my money. I took that check, I drove all the way to my regular bank, I deposited that check, and then I transferred the money into my ING account. And a true story, I didn't know how to buy no stocks. I didn't know how to buy no shares. I didn't really know what I was doing. So like maybe 3-4 days later, because the money finally cleared, it's in the account. And of course I'm thinking, you know, of course I didn't win the lotto. And I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, well, how do you buy a stock? Like, how do you account? And I said, you know what? I have a Dell laptop in front of me, and I'm using Windows. And so I said, Microsoft, duh, Microsoft, buy Microsoft. And put in a symbol, I find out what the symbol for Microsoft is, which is MSFT. I put that in. I buy one share. I was like, so I'm buying, and it was $32, maybe $32.10, something stupid like that. $32.19 a share. So I buy one share. I put in the symbol, I press 1, and I'm like, man, will it work? So I press submit. Boom. They said, your trade is executed. They put one share in my account. I was like, that's how you do it. But then the thought came to me, I said, damn, how much did it cost to buy the share? So it cost 32, whatever. But then at the time they were charging like $10 to buy. And then if I wanted to sell it, it was $10 to sell it. So that was like, that's gonna cost me $20. So that one share would have to go up from $32 plus the 20. So if it went up to 52 bucks, I would then just break even. I was like, man, that didn't make no sense. So then I learned a valuable lesson right there on that one trade. So then I ended up buying like, I don't know, I said, okay, I gotta buy enough shares to average out that fee to buy it and to sell it and average that in. So like if I'm buying $32.10 for the stock, maybe the cost of the buying and selling takes it to like $32.20. So then it only has to go up like 0.5% or like a few pennies, and now I'm in the money. And that's literally how I got into investing. Sat there at work, working for Boeing, in my cubicle. I go, what happens if I win this lotto? Where do white people put their money? That was the literal thought that I said to myself. Where do white people put their money? Well, where do rich white people put their money? Exact words I said. And I remember to this day. And that's the story of how I started buying and selling stocks and getting into financial literacy. And don't get me wrong, I ain't no expert. I ain't no expert. And this was like what was jogging the conversation that I was having. Was like, you know, we as black, brown, poor people, you know, I'm telling you, I don't come from no money. You know, we have to get financially literate. We have to get better at finance. And here in this country, in the UK, they make it so easy to actually get on the stock market. You guys don't realize how easy it is to buy and sell on the stock market in this country. I said it earlier in another video. You can literally live tax-free in this country. Tax-free. tax-free. You can live tax-free in this country by the stock market, by playing the stock market in this country. And I can only imagine how many people in this country, the rich people, are living tax-free. So when you see, because I had that rant, I had that post on my talking about, you know, taxes and da-da-da-da. And the point I was trying to get across was not like what I make, but just how like anybody from there down is subsidizing a hell of a lot of money to what the people who are like what I call a millionaire. A millionaire is somebody who, after taxes, is making $1 million or £1 million. If you got $1 million coming in every month after taxes, yeah, you are a millionaire. And that's what the point of that post was, and the conversation piece that I was trying to have about that topic was about finance and how the way how the government, okay, we're back. Let's say like lightning fast. And so this government is stacked it against wage earners to build wealth. But we can all build wealth. And that's how I started to build my wealth. Was that thing when I was 25 years old. Literally sat in a cubicle, working a 9 to 5 at Boeing. I was actually working from 6 to 2:30. So I was getting up, I had to be at work at 6 in the morning. Working from 6 to 2:30 and having this conversation. I had everybody talks to themselves in their head. Come on. I was having a conversation to myself in my head. Okay? But for me, my conversation in my head, sometimes I blurt out what I'm thinking. And that's literally what I blurted out of my mouth. What happens where do white people put their money? I don't know why I said that, but that's just what I thought. I thought, okay, if I win the Mega or the Powerball tomorrow, where do I put all this money? I'm just gonna go to I think I had a Mass Mutual credit bank. Most people won't know who that is, but I had a Mass Mutual bank checking account. They're no longer. They got bought by Chase Bank. But I was like, am I gonna put $300 million in that account? That'd be crazy. And then if I have it, where am I supposed to put it? Like, how am I supposed to make it last? And that was the thought process. And I want, the conversation I was having, earlier today was about that. Was like, how do we, like, is there, should I be trying to use my platform to talk finance more? Somebody asked me on my comment, like, to do that. And I have no problem, showing people and helping people, but, I've bought and sold stocks. And I'll share, like, I've lost, like, in one trade, I tell people, I've lost in one trade more money than some people make in a year. In one trade, I've lost that before. And it's hard. It is hard to stomach, okay? There's been days where I make a trade, it flash crashes on me, and I'm looking at, like, tens of thousands down. And I've had those nights. I can remember a year ago, going into the middle of a field. This happened only a year and a half ago, and crying my eyes out, like sick to my stomach, because I lost so much money. Oh, I was sick. I was mad at the world. Hopefully back. I'm driving, guys. Hey, mate. Hey, Jay. And so I'm just having a conversation about finance and the conversation. Yes. When I go to the casino, I've already considered it lost. Like, if I went to the casino last Saturday. I took out 500 pounds. I gambled 500 pounds. And when I took that 500 pounds, to me, it was like lost. It was gone. Like, I knew it was lost money. So when I went to the casino, I took 500 pounds, but then I walked out and I made money, and I can quit. I like to make money. So when I had more than doubled my money, I was out of there. Let's go. I don't need to sit there with the guy. I was sitting right next to a guy who had like 15 grand, and I watched him lose it all. Ain't no way I'm doing that. Hey, Lee, how we doing? Hey, up. And so this conversation I'm having is about finance. I might repeat the story for people that are just kind of gathering. 1 second, figure out where I'm at. I'm just right in Darby. Oh, yeah, no, Louise. I would say with stocks and shares, that's not the same mentality. With stocks and shares, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm really good right now, Lee. Thanks. Stocks and shares is not the same as a casino. It's not even close. It's a false equivalent. In the long term in the stock market, things go up. But you have to buy what's called a basket of stocks. So if you buy 10 stocks, you know, yeah, 1 or 2 of those are gonna fail. They're gonna go down. But the other 8 should be up enough over a long period of time to cover whatever those 2 are. If you have a short-term view, oh yeah, the stock market is volatile. In intraday, oh man, the stock market is up, down, it's everywhere. Trust me, it's everywhere. But if you want to sit there and say, I'm gonna buy a reputable company, Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Boeing, Ford stock really sucks, but you know, you just think of a company, a big name reputable company, you buy all of those, a little bit of those, oh yeah, over 20 years your money is going to more than double. You'll probably, over 20 years, you'll probably 3 extra money, 4 extra money over a 20-year period. That is a guarantee. Guarantee over a 20-year period, you'll 3 extra money. I can stand, if you bought all those stocks, I would guarantee you that you would at least 3 extra money. But if you did a short-term view, 1 month, 6 months, or inside of a year, oh man, all 10 of those stocks could be down. All of them could be down. So it really just depends, like the view. But the casino is different. Casino's different. So, yeah. Just driving. I mean, I am loving, this is like kind of my favorite time of the year in Europe. The sun is out. I mean, here we are, 6:24, 6:30, and boom, sun still going. It's not very hot today. It's 8 degrees out. Shell, BP, BP and British Gas, same thing. Yeah, you buy those companies over a 20-year period, they all gonna be up. They're gonna fluctuate. People think like the 2008 Great Recession. If you look at the stock market, that thing is like a blimp. It's like barely went down. And then now it's, man, the stock market's so many times higher than what the peak of the 2008 financial crash was. And even if you look at the dip, oh my goodness. You look at, I gotta pull up, I mean, if I could show you, if I could somehow show you a chart, man, it's not even close. So, you know, the market's up right now. You know, in my mind, okay, we're probably headed towards a crash, more than likely. You know, in the next 18 months, I think it's probably more 60-40. The market will crash and correct itself. But then if you, from that crash comes the buying opportunity. You buy in that crash, yeah, in the year, in the 2 years, during the crash, it's gonna suck. You know, you're gonna buy something that's gonna be down 30%, 40%. But then if you look up 20 years later, that thing gonna be up 3x, easy. You bought it for 60, guarantee it's at 180. Sorry, driving. Yeah, just getting into Darby now. Went on a drive. Let's see, I'm stopping before I get in trouble. Let me put the car in park because I know there's the people watch. ETFs for the win now. Keep in crypto. I do like crypto. I do have some crypto. Are you gonna watch the Rams play? Yeah, I do like crypto. I think it's a storage of wealth, a storage of value. So I do like it. I like Bitcoin. I like Ethereum. I like Ripple. I bought Ripple. I own some Ripple. I own some Cardano. So I own Ripple, XRP. I own some Cardano. I'm waiting on Bitcoin to really give me a good dip, like a significant dip, and then I'll buy some Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin can drop to like 20,000 pounds a coin, I'm gonna start getting some Bitcoin. But that's just for diversification, but that's just the a small thing. I even have some Shiba Inu coin. To me, that's just casino money. The Shiba coin is just casino money. It could go to 0 or it could go to 10 cents. If it goes to 10 cents, oh yeah, I'm happy. Favorite time of the year. I'm about to play some poker tonight. So I'm literally headed to a poker match in an hour. I'm taking it home. So I'm headed towards that to do a poker match. Should be fun. Should be fun. What's everybody's plan for Friday night or Friday and this weekend? Anybody? Since I'm on the topic of, so I just booked my flights today to go to America. And of course, the baby mama drama, boy. Woo! I did a picture post about it just now, like earlier today about it. I mean, just imagine how I feel. I just spent $5,000 on tickets, to go to America to get my girls. And I gotta get hit with Friday. This, that. Oh, you're in the peaks, huh? Buy the hold, that's it. The baby mama drama. It's like, I don't be wanting to hear that kind of stuff, man. Like, I try to stay above the drama, but I'm gonna do a video, not on the drama, but just what it's like from my perspective to be a father who wants to be involved, but his children, if you live across, maybe there's some lessons I can give some people going through it. So I'm gonna do a video like that. Somebody said, it's not gonna get a lot of views. I don't do videos for views. I do videos for topics that I like to discuss. If people get some value out of it, great. I don't do videos for the algorithm. I do videos because I like to capture what's going on in my life, share with some of you guys, interact with you guys. That's why I do these live video chats. Other YouTubers, they do it for the money. I don't do it for them. YouTube don't pay no kind of money. Okay, no kind. My channel ain't nowhere near big enough to get any kind of money from YouTube. I make videos that I want to talk about, and that's how I do. I do live chats like this. I do shorts for comedy. Sometimes most of my shorts are comedy, and then I do videos, edited videos, just because this is what I'm interested in. This is what I want to talk about. Today was about, let's talk about finance, because I just had a chat about it. Let's talk about investing. I can get into taxes. You hear me on the dad thing. That's what I'm saying, man. Some dads, man, like, I want to be involved. I'm doing the best I can with the hand I'm dealt. I'm doing the best I can. Hey, Carly, nice to see you again. I'm doing the best I can as the dad thing. They live in California, man. And I didn't spend $5,000 on these tickets to fly from here to California. And we're gonna do some stuff. I'm surprising them with a trip somewhere, and so that's why it's like $5,000. And I gotta get hit with the drama, like they need to go to school on Friday next week. They can't miss school. Blah 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 blah. Listen, let's be clear. Friday, the day before Easter break, is a no-day class. It's nothing. Nothing. What are you supposed to do Friday before you break up for a week of school holiday? Don't get me wrong, I want my kids to go to school. I don't want to miss no class if they don't have to. But missing one day of school ain't gonna, on a half day anyway of learning, ain't gonna hurt nobody. But of course, I got the drama. I get hit with a text message this morning. Yeah, so I put Jack, and part of the conversation I was having, like, this chat was supposed to be more finance, not baby mama drama, but I'll tie that drama into finance. Was like, it's like, for me, I have, like insurance policies So so that my children, like because eventually we all die. That's just life. People born, people live, and then people die. And if you're fortunate enough to make it to 20, to 30, to 40, all the way up to 120, man, that's a fortunate life. But eventually, your life will stop. But you can't plan like you're never gonna die. So I make sure that I have a life insurance policy, a whole life insurance policy. That if I die tomorrow, it'd be like £1 million to be split up. Because to take care of my children, so they don't blow through it. Hopefully they couldn't blow through it, but that's what it is. And the next part is I'm working on a trust. But I think I got to put a trust together and put all these other financial instruments into the trust, so then the trust can dictate how the money is divvied out and when it's divvied out. But that's coming up next. Man, it's time to get to this poker match. I'm gonna win. I'm going to win. I'm going all in. All in, guys. Man, it's 6:30. That sun is sky high. Man, I'm worth more dead than alive too. Exactly. I'm worth more dead than alive. But you want to make sure that we all need to educate ourselves on finance, because that's how they're beating us. That's what my post was about when I talked about income. That's what I was. That's the conversation I was trying to kick with it and talk about. The whole thing was that they're asking people who make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, 200,000, 300,000 a year to carry the burden of the nation against a backdrop where people who literally make 5, 10, 20, 50, 80, 100 million a year. And then that's just the people. Don't even talk to me about the businesses that then turn that kind of profit. And then they ask us to subsidize all that. We subsidize everything. And then the time I try not to get too political, but then you time that with the fact that the exchequer's wife is a non-domiciled person paying zero taxes. I get it. Tax avoidance is legal. I would avoid as much tax as I can too. Tax evasion is illegal. Avoid all the tax. But isn't that something? What a loophole. Now this lady is living at what? I think it's number 8. And says she don't live here. Hell, if she don't live here, I don't live here. I'm out the country just as much as she is. I'm toing and froing. I'm about to leave. I won't be back for a month. Damn near a month. I won't be back for damn near a month. Yeah, number 11, that's what it is. And so there's ways in this country where they tax wage earners. They punish wage earners. You work at the garage. You work at Amazon. You work at Pirelli Tires right here. You work at Greg's. You work at McDonald's. You work at a manufacturing site. You work at a chemical plant. You work at a steel plant. They punish you as a wage earner. Being an investor, being in the investor class, you pay 20% tax. 20%. 20. Imagine making 10 million and getting to keep 8 of it. Imagine. But you, me, we can't make 50,000 and only spend 20. We got to give up like 31. We got to give up like 31, 32%. But make 10 million investment class. You paying 20%. You're going to keep 8 million. You're going to pay 20. You're going to pay 2 if you pay 2. If you ain't got some accountant finding a way to even reduce that. They'll even reduce that. That 10 million and the 2 million they'll reduce that to $1 million. To nothing. They do it all the time. But they ask you, me, the wage earners, anybody that earns a wage, they ask us to subsidize the entire system. The exchequer's wife is paying no taxes. And this chick is worth $1 billion. And I try not to get political. I ain't trying to get political because you guys would be surprised on what party I support in this country if I had to say all that. I look like Chris. But it's crazy when you look at it that way, when you think of it. And that was the point of my post of, oh, look at this, and it looks like, $2,000 a week in tax. That's a lot of money. I get it. A lot of people would want to have it. I get it. But I'm trying to talk about it in the context of the exchequer's wife. I'm trying to talk to it in the context of the person working at McDonald's making, I don't know what somebody making at McDonald's, but I would assume $22,000 a year. I'm trying to talk about it in the context of the person making $50,000 a year. Against the backdrop of these people who pull in 100 million, 40 million. I ain't jealous of them. Shit, trust me. I ain't jealous. I'm just saying, is that right? That's my point. Is that right? Is that fair? I ain't jealous. You want to make £1 billion? By all means, make. I hope if that's what you aspire to do, that's what you aspire to do. I don't aspire to be like that. I'm like you. I'm a real person. You know what I mean? I'm just down to earth, laid back guy. Want to have a little fun, go place, X, Y, Z. I don't need to move in the circles of world. I don't aspire to do nothing like that. That ain't part of what I want to do. If your life, I feel sorry for people who feel like they got to make £1 million or have to own $1 million. Have 100 billion pounds. I feel sorry for like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. I feel sorry for these guys. I really do. Because they didn't fight when they got, they missed something about this world. That they thought life was all about accumulating extreme wealth. Yeah, I get it. It must be amazing to be able to own the world's biggest yacht. But how many yachts can a person buy? I'm not an anti-capitalist. I sure as heck am not, because I am a capitalist. But I think people have missed a trick. It's like, why do you have, I like going nice places. Trust me, when I go places, I stay at these 500, 600 pound a night hotels. Done it several times. Do it, do it all the time. Do it all the time. I done stayed in hotel that cost £300 a night. I done stayed in a hotel that cost £600 a night. I done been anywhere in between. I like it. I done flown in the front of the plane. I done flown in the back of the plane. Done it several times over. But that ain't the trick of my life. My life ain't to like live like that. It's good to just have trees to be normal around people. Because imagine if all you have is so much wealth. Imagine, just imagine that. Then every conversation you have, somebody is literally out to try to get something out of you. Everybody. How could you live like that? I don't care who Elon Musk walks around. Everybody wants something from him. I don't care who they is. It could be his mama, his daddy, his cousin, his nephew, his niece, his best friend, his best friend's friend. It don't matter. They all want to get something out of this guy. I would be the same. As soon as I meet Elon Musk, I'd be trying to figure out what do I need to pitch to this guy so I can get $1 million. Give me $1 million. Like what I gotta say for you to want to give me $1 million. I wouldn't want to live like that because everybody I be around, imagine everybody you see. All they want is something. All they want is money from you. That can't be a real life. I wouldn't want to live like that. To me, I wouldn't want to live like that. I think that's just terrible. I think these people miss the trick in life. Don't get me wrong, what Elon Musk done with Tesla, it's pretty amazing. I don't think they sell nearly enough cars to be valued like they value. But hey, that's how the market want to value them. Let them value them that way. It's just crazy. That's what I'm saying. You're so poor. How poor can you be to have all that money? That's what I don't get. I couldn't imagine like right now me going to Sainsbury, anybody that I ran into, all they wanted was money from them. Every conversation. Imagine how guarded you got to be about every conversation. how skeptical you got to be about everybody you run into. Man, how can you meet anybody? Like, and don't be like 30 years old with several billion. How could you even talk to somebody? Because every girl you meet, I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how pretty she is. She could have the best, and it could melt like the sun in your face. Ain't no way you could touch it. You couldn't, because all she'd be wanting is something. She just want the dough. That's all she'd want is the dough. I know I would. Shoot. Steady. I know. I'll try to watch my words. But you feel what I'm trying to say, though. It's like you would be guarded, and I just couldn't be like that. You know, she could have a bomb, and you would just be like, man, when is she gonna? At some point, when is she gonna ask me to invest in her brother's, cousin's, best friend's, uncle's business? That conversation's coming. It's coming. It will come. Some people, I mean, I guess it's a problem to have. People like having that problem. I don't know. It ain't a problem I want to have. I want to be able to meet people. What up? Have a good time. Laugh, joke. Get invited over for a dinner or have a drink or, and be chilling. Ain't nobody got to ask me for nada. Now, what I am going to ask for these people is their money for this poker match. Because I'm taking it tonight. I'm on my game. Let me pull over and read some of these comments. Pull over. Put it in park. Let's read these comments. Nah, new handbag and Botox. Steady, they're so poor, they all have his money. Carl, do you think your kids would have a better life in the UK? Lee, that's a good question. Will my kids have a better life in the UK? They have a really great life as it is. They don't want for anything. They live in a pretty big house. They go to private school. So their life is good. Would they have a more well-rounded education if they lived here? I think so. That's why it's always important for me to bring them over here. I was supposed to bring them for spring break, but I just wanted, the baby mama was already dropping hints that she was gonna try to act like they can't come over here because of the war in Ukraine. As if Ukraine is like next door. So, that's why. Let's see here. Seems like all the slave owners moved to London and Washington. This is not a race comment, it's just a society one. Yeah. Financial literacy is a thing, something a lot of people don't get much of an education in. They don't. And I did a talk about it in high school. My teacher, Mr. Farrar, I did a post on him. He passed away, had his funeral a couple weeks ago. He was the first person to put finance like here as a thought. And this is what I said when I gave a speech at his funeral, was that teachers are so important to children as they grow up because they plant seeds in the child's head. And you're hoping that what they're planting are good things in their head, and they water those and nurture those. Sometimes they see it bear fruit right there in their face when they're teaching a lesson and they're not grasping it and they're able to get it. But sometimes they drop a nugget in their head and they drop a seed and they water it, but then the tree doesn't grow until they're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, whenever. But at some point that seed grows and bears flower and bears fruit. And that's what Mr. Farrar did for me. Actually, I'm gonna go see his wife when I go to America sometime on this trip. I'm gonna go see her and check on her. Don't they get to take board games in like we used to? Okay, Sorry, just hear you all the way in the van in the Peaks. Yeah, I like the Peaks. Yeah, you buy value when it's that. So let me put this car back in drive. Bambi, let's go. So yeah, that was a good little chat, 40-minute chat. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody rolling with me. You know, hopefully I didn't ruffle any feathers. I hope I didn't get too political. You know, my personality, I always try to get my personality to come across in these live videos. And I'm hoping people gather that I try to be funny, laid back, you know, happy-go-lucky, I guess. But I get, you know, I have good days like anybody else. Got bad days like anybody else. You know, I got life going on like everybody else. So, with that, you know, I'm gonna sign this video off. I think I'm gonna sign this video off, and I'm gonna go take these people's poker money and dip in and change, and I'm gonna take all their money in about 30 minutes. Hopefully I can do a post. Hopefully I can do a post. Thank you, Louise. I'm gonna do a post where I take all their money. Now this is a friendly game. Don't get me wrong. We're not about to play for like no 1,000 pounds. You know, it's a friendly game. We play for, I think the pot is like 100 pounds. It's just, I want to win 100 pounds. I don't care. If we playing for, you know, I always tell people, if the race is to see who can piss in the bottle first, the highest, I want to be the first to reach the top. That's how competitive I am. I want to be the first to reach the top. So if we playing for 40 pounds, 80 pounds, or 100 pounds, usually it's about 100 pounds in the pot. 100, usually, I mean, might get to 140 pounds in the pot. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win a lot. I don't care. I want to win it. Damn it! That just reminded me. I ain't got no damn money. I gotta go to the bank. Damn it! I ain't go to the bank. Shoot. Yapping about taking money. I ain't got no money on me. A new order for Botox, huh? Man, them dogs is dangerous. Okay. Man, this dude is working, boy. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm about to get off. The camera and have a great day. Is what I will say. So we'll be signing this video. Oh, the camera flipped around. Peace, everybody.